All right, so here's the deal. Before we get into Dilemma of the Day, we do not give advice, period. We just have our say. Just like we always want to hear from you, and we're curious to hear what you got to say about any dilemma. Now, if you got a little bit of drama in your life, get it to us. Rico and Mambo at Q1047.com.
Man, I'm kind of worried because usually I get to read it before I read it on the air. But this is going to be a surprise to me too, all right?
Don't worry about it.
So Dilemma of the Day says, Rico and Mambo, as soon as I hit my 20s, I felt like all my friends were all getting married. I've been in a relationship with the guy for 5 years now, and I wasn't expecting us to take it to the next level anytime soon. A couple weeks ago, he proposed, and I felt like I had no choice, so I said yes. I do love him. Are you going to let me read, dog?
No, go ahead. I just think it's so dumb. But go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
What, Rico? What?
No, go ahead. Finish it. Finish it, please.
No. What? I want to know what's on your mind.
It's just like, how can you not have a choice to say no?
Moving forward for Dilemma of the Day, turn off your mic as I'm reading this, dog, because your dumb little laugh. I mean, people like your laugh, but sometimes, like, during serious situations like this, it can be annoying, dog.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Anyways, a couple weeks ago, he proposed, and I felt like I had no choice, so I said yes. I do love him, but we're both only 23 years old, and I feel like we're too young to get married. I think we still have too many years ahead of us to party, act stupid, and see the world. So now I'm thinking that our engagement will be one long one. I don't know. Is 23 too young to get married? Do young marriages really last? Comes from young and smart, I think. If you think.
Here's the thing is that if you're going to, I don't know, you've always got an option to say yes or no. If you feel you're too young, then you know what? You're too young. Move forward. You're not ready.
But sometimes, I mean, I get why she said yes. Did he, maybe he asked it in front of a lot of people and didn't want to embarrass them?
Okay, so
see, I always do that with my kids. Like you know, when they ask me for something in front of a lot of people, I'll say like, yeah, when we get home. And then they'll ask me, so are we going over? Nope. I was just saying that because you asked me in front of the wrong people. But I thought we were going to their party. No, we're doing something. Because sometimes when you say no to somebody, like they can't take no for like straight up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay, then do you really need that kind of person in your life? I mean, if there's the option, for example, your kids are an option. They're a part of your life regardless, and they're going to be there forever and ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but the thing is, if you've got an option to say no to somebody, regardless if it hurts their feelings or not.
Yeah, but I get, maybe she said no because it was around his family. Maybe there was a lot of people around. I mean, Yulia, let me ask you this. You've never been married. You've been in serious relationships. But if you were with a guy and you weren't sure if you wanted to marry him and he was asking you in front of his family, in front of your family, would you say no to him in front of all those people?
No, I'd probably say yes.
And then,
but then later on say, hey, we need to talk about this.
Pull the plug?
Yes. That's way too young. I mean, I think she loves him, but I don't think she wants to get married yet.
Yeah, well, she said herself that she...
I don't think she wants to marry the dude, period.
Partying and seeing the world, and which I understand.
I think she wants to test drive other cars is what I'm thinking. This is a nice way of saying that she wants to hump around and see what's out there.
Rico and Mambo at Q1047.com is the email.
I meant to say cruise around.
877-441-1047. Rico and Mambo Morning Show inside a Dilemma of the Day. Today we're helping out young and smart, I think. We want to hear from you. What do you got to say about today's dilemma? Okay, you can email it to us, Rico and Mambo at Q1047.com or the studio line, 877-440-1047. Hello.
Hi, I want to talk about the dilemma.
All right, what do you got to say about it?
I want to say if she's not willing to grow with him, then she shouldn't get married. I was young when I got married. I was young when I had kids. And if you're not willing to go through the whole 9 yards, then go see the world.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 21.
And are you still married?
Yes, we're going 10 years.
Well, congratulations first of all on that.
And this is something you wanted, right?
I got pregnant at 18, so I mean, of course, that's what you want to stay with the baby's dad.
Right.
But I met him at 12. He was my first boyfriend, my first everything. And so I kind of grew up with him and knew his life. So I was one that wanted to stay with him, and we went through everything together. And if you're not willing to go through everything, it's never going to work.
Hey, so you never test drove any other cars?
Never. He was my only one.
You've never wanted to test drive other cars?
Nah, he put it down, so why should
wow.
I?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've never known anybody else either. Like, I've had boyfriends. Of course, we went through the whole breakup when we were 16 and 17, and, you know, he moved to Arizona. He had his share of girlfriends, but, you know, I had boyfriends that I liked, and that was it. And it was always each other coming back to each other, and he never fully grew up. I was a young woman already, even at 13 years old. But
Hey, so what you're saying is if the girl is already having doubts about it, it's not going to work out.
yeah, because she's got to be willing to. Does she love him enough to put up with his BS when he's going to have his man BS? You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
You know, so if everybody's going to have a messy relationship. Nobody's perfect.
I agree. Nothing's
Exactly. Hey, thank you so much
So,
for the call. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too.
All right. Why do you keep shaking your head, dude?
You know, because, okay, this is coming from me. I couldn't have imagined being 18 years old and being a dad as our caller was.
What's wrong with that? I was a dad at 18.
Listen, I said for me.
Well, don't shake your head like it's wrong. I find that offensive, me being an 18-year-old parent.
And I understand that. But for me, that's
Look,
just
dog,
not,
those are fighting words right there. That little nod right there, like.
Oh my gosh, here we go with violence.
Dude, I know a good bail bondsman, dog, that'll bail me out and have me out, dude.
I know one too.
Shout out to Solutions Bail Bonds, by the way.
Definitely. That's who I'd call.
Anyways, see, I think everybody, a lot of, like Rico, you're shaking your head when she said that she was 18 years old and she was a mom already. But I mean, she's been with this dude for 10 years already. So I think when you know that you're gonna be with someone for a long time, I mean, look, how old were you when you got married the first time?
Was I 28, 7, 20, something like that?
Okay, you were 27. That marriage didn't work out.
Right.
So I mean, you're looking at it like, you know, she was an adult. She was 18. She was a mom.
You're right, and that's why I said for me in my life, couldn't even imagine it. Again, that's just me though. Okay.
You got any emails?
Yeah.
Before I shock you.
This one says, age is not a factor. What are you doing in a 5-year relationship if you don't plan on committing? After 5 years, you'd be able to be honest with him. But Mambo is right. If he put her on the spot, like you had said earlier, then this guy totally understands her side of saying yes and not no. This email says, young and smart. If you have doubts, then don't do it. Talk to him about it and find out if you guys are even on the same page. Have you discussed where you guys see each other in, let's say, 5 years? Are you on the same path? Good questions right there.
You know what? I already know what's gonna happen with this. She's gonna tell him how she feels. They're not gonna work out. He's gonna move on. He's gonna have a happy life. Then she's gonna be the homewrecker that tries to come in and says, "I messed up. I want you back." That's what's gonna happen.
Keep on sending those emails in, Rico and Mambo at Q1047.com, or hit us up on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, Rico and Mambo, and post up your comment right there. Rico and Mambo inside of Dilemma of the Day. Today we're trying to help out young and smart, I think. All right, let me go through a couple of these emails real quick. This one comes from Mimi, and it says, I'm 35, never been married, no kids. It's not that I don't want to, it's just I'm not ready. So if she's doubting it, then that means that she really isn't ready and she needs to explore before they settle down. If and when I get married.
Define explore.
Well, probably like to go out and see the world, maybe see other people, you know, to go make sure that she finds. It's just like when you're shopping for a car, fool. You're not going to get into the first car that you run into, 9 out of 10.
Well, the last caller, you know, she drove us Ferrari right away, and
hey, she struck gold. Yeah, she's lucky. A lot of us don't get to get a Ferrari the first time around.
You know, like looking at this girl situation and the who sent the email right now? The 30. How old is the person?
35. Mimi sent it in.
35 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I don't think any certain age is the right time. I think you personally know when it's time,
Exactly.
or you feel the time is right.
Exactly. And let me go on to say, she finishes off by saying, if and when I get married, it's for life. So I'm not going to do it till I meet someone worthy. So good for you, Mimi.
Amen, Mimi.
This one says, hey, guys, I'm 34 years old, and I was with my husband since I've been 18 years old. Had my first kid when I was 20, and here we are going to have 17 years together this year. So, yeah, you can be young and happy.
I agree with that.
This one says, a girl just wants to see other men. How's that? I'll just say that.
Oh, you cleaned it up a little bit?
A lot.
I don't know. So, first of all, if you haven't told them that you said yes out of pressure because who was around or you didn't want to embarrass them, I think the first thing to do is to talk to them and tell them that you're not ready for the next step. Or if you know he's the one, then let him know it's going to be a long engagement, that, you know, that you want to travel or whatever it is that you want to explore, that you want to get that out of the way before you become married.
Look, here, final say.
Because if you don't say it, eventually it's going to come out once you get married, and it's not going to be a healthy marriage.
Here's my final say real quick, all right? Is that if you're not ready, understand that he may go off. It sounds like he's ready. He may go off and end up marrying somebody else and not you. So you're going to be losing out. So I think, Mambo, you had commented something before about she's going to be the one who's a homewrecker, wants to come back in and, oh, I screwed up and I should have married you. You should have been the one, this, that, and the other. Hey, stay away. You had your chance. You weren't ready. That's cool. Not mad at you for that, but you know what?
Let me ask you this. Do you think there's a possibility that she might lose this relationship if she...
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Because you know what? I think he's going to feel some sense of embarrassment, especially if he proposed in front of his family and she said, yeah, then later on says, you know what? Nah, I just did it because everybody was there. It's like, you know what? Then I'm done. I'm out. So just be prepared that you may not be the one, you know, a couple months down the road or whatever. So good luck with that. Mambo, your final say.
I think I got to stick with, you know when you're ready. Like, there's no certain age, like you're 20, I'm hitting my 30s. I got to find someone you know when you're ready. And nowadays, I mean, back in the days, like I remember when my lady first found out that, she was pregnant for my son.
Right.
Like, the first thing that everybody in the family was saying, her family and my family, is like, you guys got to get married. You guys got to get married.
Right.
You know what? It's not like that no more. You know, like some people move in together first and then they see how the relationship is going to work. Yeah. Other people have kids and then realize, like, I shouldn't have had kids with them.
That's jacked
so I'm just saying, is like, you know when it's time, and obviously by reading this, you're not ready.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think you need to be honest with dude and just tell him before you. I mean, right now, I personally think you're playing them. You're leading them on, thinking that I'm gonna get married soon.
Yeah.
She's gonna be my wife, but your plans are a little different. So I think the first thing you need to do is, as soon as we finish talking, is you need to call him and say, we need to talk or something, because you got to deal with him. That's the first thing you got to do.
Young and smart, I think. I hope we were able to help you out. And you know what? You got a dilemma, you can always get it to us, Rico and Mambo at Q1047.com. Okay? We are out of here. Have yourselves a great day and keep it right here.